Scene 1, take 2, marker, saw sticks.
A grape truly is sunlight turned into wine. That's what it is. The sun hits the leaf takes that energy, turns it to sugar. The sugar then migrates from the leaf into the berry. And there it is. So it is the art of turning sunlight into wine. A vine will give you back whatever attention you give to it. If you treat that vine very well, that vine will give you such great grapes. You'll work all day planting these vines in the ground. At the end of the day, you look at it, it looks like there's nothing there. There's just these little sticks coming out of the ground. These guys, we're gonna attach them to here, and they're gonna come up like this, they're gonna go out like this, and then the following year, they're gonna start growing up like this. Just like over here. So to train this thing, what I'd be doing is this, pulling it down, and it's called combing the vineyard basically. And what we do is we're getting rid of the leaves that's around, so there's another secondary. See this secondary right here? See how big he is? So this secondary right here is sapping the energy from this right here. So I'm gonna get rid of this guy, right? We're just gonna toss him on the ground. Put it like this, if I left one bunch of grapes on one vine, that bunch of grapes is going to ripen really fast because all the energy is going to one bunch. The more grapes you have, the longer it takes to get to ripeness. Get rid of one of these guys too. Get rid of him. And literally, like, it's kind of sad, but in order to get good wine, you're sacrificing. So we're going to basically take these what would be nice, a beautiful plump of grapes. We're just going to get rid of them because there's way too many. The vine, it represents life in so many ways, because a vine, the harder it is for that vine to survive, the better, the stronger the vine's going to become. Because the roots need to dive deeper to get to the water. The berries will be more condensed because there's less water in the berries, so it's not just all water content. There's a lot of analogy between vineyards and life, and I think that's why the world has been attracted to grape growing since the beginning of time. It can even be this way a little bit.
Yeah, you can come over.
Yeah, I'd bring it over.
I need like 8 feet between the tables.
Yeah, that'll work.
Do it on either
I'm gonna go adjust the music then. Awesome, guys. Yeah, we should really max this out because it's gonna be busier than it's ever been.
When did you perform last night?
No.
Okay.
No, last night was just a normal, Friday night. Awesome, guys. It's gonna be the best day ever. Holy cow. So hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to a nice sunny Saturday. Yay! It's awesome, right? Oh my gosh, I love the weather. I'm going to be doing a wine cellar tour. If anybody wants to see the wine cellar, it's about a 10-minute tour. We go down the cellar below us, and then we go through a tunnel, and we come out of the chandelier room. So if you want to jump in, just jump on in, bring a glass of wine with you. It's a lot of fun. It lasts about 10 minutes. We're going to head down right now. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the day. Life is so good. Thanks for being here. My name is Randy. I'm so grateful. What I'll do is I'll give you a quick summary of kind of how Blue Ridge Winery came about. The whole thing started like 8 years back. Like the upper vineyard's put in first up top there, and then about a year later we planned the lower vineyard down below. Back then all this stuff was packed in the basement of my house up here. All right, it's got to start somewhere. So you pack 50,000 bottles of wine in your basement, and then you hope for the best. So not kidding. There's two things that triggered the concept to do a winery. It was ski racing and a medical business. Man, I have driven this road like 10,000 times.
Practice and stuff?
Well, just go and ski. Yeah, go into training. Holy cow. I mean, so many times.
I might have to refresh my memory. It's up here.
Yeah, you just stay on the road. It takes you right to the mountain. This road basically leads to Camelback. It really is. Mom got me skiing when I was like probably 4 or 5. But then it wasn't until probably around 12, 13, started skiing like in the wintertime every single day, all day, 7 till 10 at night.
Randy is definitely more competitive than I am. He takes competition to the next level. He'll give everything he's got to get to be number one. I mean, it's amazing. I remember standing there at ski races watching him go through the course and thinking, wow, that actually looks scary.
I was willing to work out longer, harder, faster. I was willing to work to the point where you throw up every day. I was willing to push my body to the breaking point. And a lot of that comes from the time before. A training place matters with who is the coach. So you want to connect with the best coaches. And Gus Piccarello and Bill Yoder were the best coaches that my mom could find. Mom would drop us off at Shawnee, and Mark Epsilon, I can tell you, Mark Epsilon, I know, he would never admit it, but I know Mark Epsilon sponsored me to ski. We couldn't afford to ski. Skiing's an expensive sport. And Mom, like I said, we didn't have money for gas. How in the world can you ski? Sometimes I go in a race, and I would know I'm going to win the race. You just know, because it's like, yeah, I got this thing, because I'm so confident about this, what's going on today, and everyone else can feel it. And it's not that you're bragging about it, but life is all about preparation. There's this rule in life. It's called the 10,000 hour rule. If you do something for 10,000 hours, you're probably going to be world class, as long as you're training on purpose. You can't just kind of casually do it. You have to have a purpose to it, that you're working towards something. And in ski racing, I wanted to be the best. Whenever an athlete is training, all of your preparation is going to be exposed the day of the race. So basically the rule of thumb is whoever paid the biggest price will win the race. Once you're in the race, generally you don't think. It's all muscle reaction. You basically pull out and you forget and you just go. And then your muscles do what they're going to do. It's all just basic muscle memory. You can almost feel it, You can almost feel yourself, just like, like that. I lived on this mountain. Oh my God, it's so funny. My mom would always say to me, Randy, focus on what you want in life, not what you don't want, because your mind cannot think in a negative, and you should think in a way that your mind likes to think. So in life, we should tell ourselves what we want, not what we don't want. Because either way, you're going to get whatever you tell yourself. It doesn't matter, positive or negative. It's the way it works. You may have heard of Star Medical Equipment. It's kind of a national medical supply company. It's a company I started in 2008. And I sold that business to this business. That's all came together, right? Fun. In the midst of building the building, my wife and I had a baby, so we never sleep anymore. So I'm not kidding, my God. So winemaking, I kind of operate like a pharmaceutical plant here rather than a winery. I don't use any tanks. You know, coming out of the medical business, sterility means everything, right? And it's kind of the same in the wine world. What makes really good wine is lack of oxygen and lack of microbes. So rather than cleaning tanks, I use buffer bags. It's oxygen impermeable, they come sterile, and they're normally used to ferment out and store vaccine materials. Well, we use them to ferment out and store wine. So you're always going into a brand new sterile container, every step along the way, never having to clean anything. One second, man, okay? I'm gonna get situated here. Okay. Got the right color. Right? It's got the right taste. So we're gonna filter it before the filter. Okay? We're gonna go through a 1 micron, out of the 1 micron, into the 0.4, into the machine. You never want an air bubble in your line. So you push it through like that. So we're basically gonna come out of the tank, through here, through this guy, into that guy, in the machine. By the time it gets there, it's all shiny and glistening. The first part of the machine, it would blow nitrogen down into the bottle so there's no oxygen in the bottle while it gets filled. So at this point, we would have a bottle of wine, right, with nitrogen in the headspace because we sparged it. I use a real natural cork in there. You know, we work so hard on this stuff. I want to present it the best I can, so buy a real cork, you know. Next, we're going to put a capsule on it. The capsules here are made of real metal. They're not plastic. So to get them on, you have to spin them on. And even all the labels at Blue Ridge are made of metal, that we could take any Blue Ridge bottle and put it in ice. It will never come off. Okay, here we go. The perfect bottle of air, you know? If anybody knows someone turning 20 years old, they got the perfect present. There you are, right? There you are, right? Happy birthday to you, you know? Don't tell anybody, but I actually have 0 formal education in winemaking. I listen to books. Funny, right? The best thing is now, I teach wine science at the college. I walk into class, hello students, you know, come on, you know? You learn anything you want by downloading books. So the undergrad experience, it's a wine tasting. It's gonna last about an hour and 15 minutes in that range. And over the next course of an hour and 15 minutes, I'm hoping to take life and amplify it. I'm hoping to talk about the very best things that life has to offer. The undergrad experience got triggered through a need to serve more and be more. Life can't be about things. Every single thing in our life is going to be thrown away at some point. What matters is the experience that people have when they're there. And it occurred to me, experience is what makes you who you are. So if that's the case, we have to create something bigger than the wine. You ever hear this thing called the parent lottery? You ever hear this concept? Well, everybody plays it. You win or you lose. The parent lottery, right? Everyone plays it, you know? Some people get good ones, some people don't, right? Simple as that, the parent lottery. And you know, I gotta tell you, my life started when I was 7 and my younger brother was 2. And it started at a battered women's shelter in Easton. Mom decided, that's it. We are gonna live a life of greatness. If you can think it, you can write it down. If you can write it down, you just set a goal. If you can set a goal, you'd achieve a goal. That is how we're gonna live our life. My brother and I, we had no choice. Being younger, my dad didn't live the best life. My dad was into things he shouldn't have been. It kind of destroyed our home life when we were younger. My mom and dad would fight a lot. Fighting to the point where one day the house caught on fire. Gas can thrown across the room, downstairs in the basement, run upstairs. I grabbed my younger brother, Britt. Britt was 2 at the time.
My brothers told me about that. I think I was just too young, and you know, it's either that or I just blocked it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
The last night we were there, my mom came and got me out of bed and got my brother Britton. I remember her like asking Mom, like, what are we doing, Mom? Why are we leaving? It's like, it's midnight, let's go to bed. And she goes, no, come with me. And she coasts out of the driveway. I'm like, you forgot to turn the truck on, Mom. Like, turn the car on. That was the first night we went and lived at the women's shelter in Easton. You know, Mom basically stole Britton and I, and there we went. And that started, in a sense, a lot that molded my life to be able to handle anything that gets thrown at me. If you think I'm upbeat, you should have seen my mom. Oh my God. Wow. I mean, holy cow. She would wear you out. You're like, Mom, relax. It's just a sandwich. I mean, she'd be excited about everything. I'm like, Mom, calm down. I mean, bouncing off the walls. I mean, for real. My mom was like the most enthusiastic, joyful person you'd ever come across.
Our mom was the biggest influence by far, by such a long shot that it kind of shadows anybody else that could have had an influence, really. You know, I mean, there's obviously everybody in your life has some sort of influence, but as far as the major influence goes, it's pretty much been our mom.
Mom flooded our brains with everything that was just the best you could ever feed your brain. You know, Mom would say to me, you can do anything, Randy. She goes, it's amazing what I see in you. She goes, the thing about you, you are dedicated. You follow through on things. I find myself saying all those words to my kids, and now Maggie says that to me. About 2 years back, I met this old lady in a Cellar tour. She goes, my husband, he would have loved to see all this stuff. Then she just paused. I'm telling you, it felt like forever. So I'm standing there and I'm not wanting to ask this question that I know the answer to. She goes, you know, he lived a great life and he was so into wine. And he used to collect and gather wine bottles from all around the world and store them in this wine cellar he built below our kitchen. And he used to always take me down there in his cellar and he would point at his bottles saying to me, you know, we are gonna open these bottles on a special day. And we never opened them. And with this like crooked finger an inch from my nose, and she's truly yelling at me now, she just goes, Randy, you make sure you open your bottles. And like that night I'm telling Tiff about this lady I met. And Tiff says to me, wow, that lady was saying to you, you better celebrate the day you have with who you have. Otherwise you may miss it like me. What's that box right there, do you know?
There's nothing in it.
Oh, no?
I think it's when you did your.
Oh yeah, we did the weddings in here.
There's nothing in it.
Yeah,
I'll
neat.
get rid of it.
Gotcha, yeah. We did a wedding vow renewals in this room. Valentine's weekend, it was fun stuff. Everything perfect, right? Roll out the other stuff, because otherwise it'd be a weird switch. How many people you have for dinner?
About 6.
About 6, okay. So 2, 4, 6, yeah.
Okay.
This is what I would, and then you know what we should do? Let's do one Chardonnay as well, because someone might like a simpler white wine. And literally, yeah, since you're retiring and all you've done for me, you gotta let me give it to you, okay? I couldn't in the past, but now I can.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Leroy. Oh my God.
Why do you think people relate to you so much? Why do people feel like they can come to you?
Wow. Early on, I was a representative for a resort system working with people about upgrading their memberships. I was basically a sales rep at age, 15. You're beginning to think at age 15, how can I present myself in a way that these people will first like me and trust me? Because only if they like you and trust you will they ever buy anything from you. I think in today's world, there's this giant need for connection, right? Oh, this is Colin. Colin's here somewhere. Yeah, hey, Colin. Hey. Oh, cool. Yep, I'll be right down. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, bye. 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 We'll pick up where we left off. The glasses are here.
Yeah, by all
yeah,
right.
let's, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even see the truck pull in.
Yeah.
I missed it. I think next week we're getting 20 pallets.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fun, right? I know. Thanks, man. Drive safe. See you soon. It all starts with someone. And I really believe it all starts with myself. If I come into here and I'm not feeling right, and I'm not taking care of myself, and I'm not in the right state of mind, I can tell you, a lot of people that I work with, they're gonna go, Randy, what's wrong? What's going on, dude? So I know if this play's gonna feel good, I need to feel good. So that's why I say, rule number one, take care of yourself. You can only give what you have to give away. It sounds selfish, but I promise you, you can't give away something you don't have. I have to have happiness and joy in me to give it to you.
My mom was like, I don't want to say kooky, but almost kooky with her beliefs on, like, you know, like there were times where it's like she's just going to pray away the sickness.
Mom would go through crazy diets where she would only drink wheatgrass for weeks on end.
She would go to the chiropractor all the time, and it's like what is going on? And
she never really took care of herself. She never took care of herself in a sense like she never slept enough.
And then at some point she had shingles, and then it was just like it just never stopped. Like it just always was something.
Of course you're gonna be sick. You're not, you know, you're just gonna be sick in life. And like she never took care of herself on an emotional level. Mom never did things for herself. She just wouldn't. There was no time or money, and that was the problem. She should have made time. She should have made money.
I remember her saying, I am sick, I have cancer, and I remember like asking her, well, that means you're gonna die. And she was like, no, you're not, it doesn't mean I'm gonna die. The doctor said it's something that can be cured.
Mom lived with cancer for 25 years. And when you have cancer and you go through chemotherapy, you don't have much pleasure in life. When I say my mom was the most joyful person you'd ever meet, I mean it. If you'd have been on the phone with her while getting chemotherapy, you would have swore she was laying on a beach somewhere. You never would have known. I mean, it was a party, you know? Joy inside out. If I could ever paint a picture in someone's head of a moment expressing the most unbelievable joy I've ever seen. We're at the University of Pennsylvania Hospital, and Dr. Porter, a brilliant guy, put her mom through a stem cell transplant for the 4th time. When they do that, they take all the white blood cells out of your body, put them through a centrifuge, put the clean ones back in. Hopefully it'll grow new clean blood. Well, if you catch a cold at that moment, it's gonna kill you, because you have nothing to fight it off. Mom was gonna live forever, and I believed it. Mom dying, there's no way. Mom had so much life in her. Mom had more life in her than an army combined. I mean, it was that much life. She's never gonna die. Nothing could kill her. There was a time we were driving past the graveyard where all of her family's buried, and she rolls the window down and screams out the window, "Don't even think about it!" And rolls the window back up. I'm like, that's who Mom was. Like, Mom never talked about dying, ever. It wasn't an option. Not gonna happen.
She was in intensive care for 10 or 11 days.
And I was actually on my way to a ski race. Because like I said, Mom couldn't die. There's no way. And the doctor called me. And it's one of those moments in life, you remember right where you were when it happens. And we're on one of the back roads of Vermont. And me and my good ski race buddy, GB, the doctor says, you should come down here right now. And I remember just pulling off the road, we swung around and started driving straight towards Philadelphia.
he called me and was like, Britt, you have to go to the hospital like right now because they gave Mom a blood transfusion or infusion, whatever it is, last night, and her body rejected it, and there's nothing they can do right now. And so I just dropped everything, raced down to the hospital.
Britt's there with his head down, crying so hard. In that moment, you walk in. The only thing I could say to everyone in the room, the only thing I could think of was to say to them, wow, if you all could see the world through Mom's perspective right now, you would all stop crying. Mom was celebrating. Life is so great. I say to Tiff all the time, you don't know how wonderful life would be if Mom was here. Man, she would love Maggie and Joseph. And the new baby.
Yeah, it was very hard. Very hard. It's hard that you don't know what you can say or do. You know, when someone dies in your family, you don't know how to help them. You know, you just try to be there and listen and be there the best you can.
Tiff truly replaced. She didn't replace Mom, but all those nasty feelings that were going on, there was a place to go with it all. And it basically, rather than feeling that, I felt excitement and joy of something new starting in my life. Tiff came into my life where my world was falling apart through Mom dying. And I needed to transfer energy and emotions to something. And that emotion was being transferred into a negative dark spot. At one point I remember saying, the heck with it. I'm gonna see what drinking is about. All of a sudden, Mom having cancer didn't hurt so bad. But that was a problem. And it could have generated into a big problem. I can tell you, Tiffany was the transfer of energy. Yeah, that's where balance is at, right? Yeah, yeah. It's good to have you here, Dad.
I'm getting old.
No. How old are you now? 70?
74.
Are you 4?
Yeah.
I've kept saying 3.
Yeah.
74.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't guess it, Dad.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of my life I associate back to Mom.
Yeah.
I think you would too.
Yeah.
But you know, man.
It was a sad story between your mom and me, but you know what?
Yeah. It's something what Mom did later in life. You know, early on in life, I would say Mom wasn't the same person early in life as she was later in life. Mm-hmm. She changed like dramatically.
Yeah, I think so.
Big time. Oh, me too, Dad. Mm-hmm. You know, and like what Mom turned herself.
I wasn't there to see that.
Say it again?
I wasn't there to see that when she made her big change.
Right. Yeah, and you know, it stinks. It stinks. A moment that meant a lot to me, Dad, and I remember thinking, how's he gonna respond to this? When Mom died, like I was mad, you know, like, right? You know, I mean, she shouldn't have died. You know, she's 57 years old. And I remember coming to you one night saying, I need to talk to you. And I come to your house, we go out in your car, and I remember looking at you, and I remember thinking, I need to be so blunt honest with Dad and speak what I'm thinking. And what I said to you that night, and your response back to me, that's what started our brand new relationship, Dad. Because I remember saying to you, Dad, I wish you would have died. And you said to me, me too, Dad. Me too, Randy. You didn't say that.
Yeah, she could do a lot more. She did a lot more for you than I ever did. I know that.
Really love you, Dad. Cool. I think we were at odds more than we weren't in life. But I think now, right here, right now, standing in this field, I think there's a brand new future. I don't think we're ever to be at odds again, Dad.
No, there's nothing to fight about.
There's nothing.
No.
Right? I've asked Dad to forgive me of anything I've done to hurt him, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
So you've been a part of Randy's life for how long now?
Wow. So we met through friends, and I know we talked about this a little bit in the car before, you know, and his mom was dying of cancer. And we just started a relationship like that, you know, just as we started out as friends.
They kind of just went crazy for each other. And I remember Tiffany always said the first time that she saw Randy, she just knew she was going to marry him. And boy, she really stuck with that.
100%. Without Tiff, the winery would not happen. The winery was Tiff's encouragement. It was Tiff's, probably her idea. It was her everything. My God, I mean.
Initially, he was doing the master circuit. We used to take like trips up to like Vermont, and he won the Sice Cup up there. And I remember being like so proud of him, you know.
And then we're at the last race.
And it was out in Oregon.
And we're sitting there, and Tiff and I are at the bottom of the mountain. We're having dinner. And the waiter comes up to us and goes, "Would you guys like a glass of wine?"
Kim Crawford.
And it was Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc out of Australia. Never forget it. I remember tasting it and going, holy cow. We should study this stuff.
Our basement, originally when we started out, was a licensed winery. And we started out making Niagara and Concord. The two we have on the menu now. We still make them, and it used to be a lot of fun. First bottling.
First set. There they are. Look at them go. 3. 4th bottle ever filled. That's the first 4 bottles we've ever filled at Blue Ridge Winery. The first 4 ever. You know, I still have the first couple harvests in the basement of my house. I'm never going to release it. They're so bad. They just sit there, you know, but you learn through it, you know. But it was encouragement from Tiff. It was saying we can do this. It was the biggest change in life ever.
This one. Here's some more. Oh.
Come here.
Look at this money.
Knock it off. Go ahead. Pull it off. Good job. Yes. Good job, monkey boy. Show Mom the row that you weeded, love. It's so much.
I did.
And Joseph kind of like debarked the whole plant.
Are you
I'm not
weeding?
sure how that's gonna work out.
That's not good.
That's all right. You know, we can sit here in an interview and talk about how much we love each other and how great things are, and they are. But there's also like a balance to it. You know, Tiff and I fight just like every other couple in the world. And if you don't, someone's not being real. And at some point, they'll just, you know, blow up in a sense. I think what Tiff and I have always had is that we're open and honest in the moment. There's nothing lingering. And it's not always comfortable.
Yeah,
you know?
and I think our relationship too is we work really well together. Randy always knows that I always have stuff that he doesn't have to worry about, like as far as finances and everything else. Like he'll come to me and say, "Oh, hey, can we do this?"
Right.
And then I have like the whole spectrum of the company, where we stand and what's,
Right.
you know,
Big
and
time.
like we just work really well together.
Yeah, do we ever?
Yeah.
You know, the management of the company, it happens at midnight in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. That's what's going on in Blue Ridge. And that's why it works so smooth, because it's not that we ever need to sit down and do a board meeting. The board meeting is on all the time. You're never not doing a board meeting. Conversations are happening constantly.
Yeah. I think Randy's brilliant. You know, I do. I mean,
Such a great wife, love. Such a great wife. Watch the wires. Remember the wires. There's the wire. You like it, huh, dude? You like it?
I'm gonna get
He's
out.
driving the backhoe. Okay, Mom, you ready? Yeah. Here we go. Do a 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now you grab here and pull it back. Alright, go back down. Whoa! Okay, that's good, that's good. Pretty neat, right? Pull it back, make it come up. The mission of this company, it's to add value to people's lives, period. That's the mission. And you know, every single university has done a study. They always study, they go, okay, what makes people happy in life? And they send people out in the field to collect the data. You know, the data comes back. It's not wine, by the way. No, it's not wine. It always comes back to the same thing. What makes people happy is experiences with those you love. That's it. So if the mission of the company is to add value to people's lives, it can't be about the wine. It's got to be about the experience that it can bring to your life while you're here. That's why everything we do here is designed around experience. The mission of this company hopefully will reach the world, add value to people's lives. And it will do it in ways that people can't even dream of. That the perspective on life is of that, yes, you're going to have darts thrown at you. Things will hit you. But the darts should hit you and make you stronger. I got to tell you all, Tiff and I, we live such a brilliant life. Oh my God, I love our life so much. We love our life so much. If we could change anything about it, we would change nothing 100,000 times over. It's that great. But I'm here to tell you all that we would not live the life we live if it wasn't for you all in this room. Thank you for making Blue Ridge possible. We're so grateful. Thank you. Thanks. Ooh. Thank you. Ooh. Thanks. I love you too. Love you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
I'll smile if I want to. I'm not afraid, gonna flaunt it too. Wanna glow when you're living true. Yeah. I'm living for the right now. I had a few friends show me how, yeah. I take a deep breath and blow it out, let it go. But listen, I can't wait to see what's around the corner. I can't wait to soar. Baby, I lie awake and I watch you sleeping, thinking it's the little things that make a home. Dancing in the kitchen in the pale moonlight. Only care in the world is that our kids are alright. Daddy loves mama and mama loves him. Tomorrow we get to do it over again. So smile at me, baby, take my breath away. With the good Lord willing, I'll be happy to say that daddy loves mama and mama loves him. Tomorrow we get to do it over again.
The stage is being set to have the most positive impact any corporation has ever had on the planet. I hope to make Time magazine one day, where it would say, how can a wine company change the world? How can... Cool. It's not about the wine. It's not about the wine. Ooh, it's not about the wine. Blue Ridge Winery is it's the I don't want to call it a tool. It's the venue. It's the mechanism to reach people in a moment that they're unguarded. Because people come here to relax and have fun, and I can bring them into a wine cellar tour, and they don't realize that they're going to walk out with more hope inside of them than they walked in with.
I feel feel like I'm gonna win. And I'm as proud as I've ever been. Cause I'm surrounded with some good friends. Yeah, good friends, good friends. I'm forever like a tattoo. Yeah, I stay sticky cause I gotta be the glue for my girl, my friends, my home, family. I do it all, truly. I can't wait to see what's around that corner. I can't wait to soar. Baby, I lie awake and I watch you sleeping, thinking it's the little things that make a home. Yeah, cause we'll be dancing in the kitchen in the pale moonlight. Only care in the world is that our kids are alright. Daddy loves mama and mama loves him. Tomorrow we get to do it over again. So smile at me, baby, take my breath away. With the good Lord willing, I'll be happy to say that daddy loves mama and mama loves him. Tomorrow we get to do it over again. We found our home, something we can build for years. Young and old, I'll be there.